In our previous session, we studied about how to find out equivalent fractions. In our today's session, we are going to study the next part, that is, like fractions and unlike fractions. Let's start. Those fractions whose denominators are equal are called as like fractions. For example, we have fractions such as 1 upon 7, 4 upon 7, 6 upon 7. In these fractions, we observe that the denominators are same. Now, as per the previous statement, the fractions whose denominators are same are called like fractions, whereas those type of fractions whose denominators are different, for example, fractions such as 4 upon 8, 1 upon 3, 9 upon 11. Here, in these fractions, the denominators are different. So, as per the previous statement, the fractions whose denominators are different are called as unlike fractions. I repeat again, the fractions whose denominators are same are called as like fractions, and the fractions whose denominators are different are called as unlike fractions. Now, our next part is focusing on how to convert unlike fractions into like fractions. For example, if I take fraction such as 5 upon 6 and 7 upon 9, here I see that the denominators of these two fractions are not equal. So, how will I make these denominators equal? For that, I will find out a particular number which comes in the table of 6 and 9. So, we will write the table of 6 and 9. 6 ones are 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54 and 60. This is the table of 6, and the table of 9 will be 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81 and 90. Here, in both of these tables, we see that 18 is a number which is common, or it appears in the table of 6 and in the table of 9. Also, number 36 and number 54 also appears twice. So what we'll do is, we will consider the first similar number, that is 18. Now, if I consider number 18, then its multiples are, or in the table of 6, 18 is at a place of 3. 18 is at a place of 3. And in the table of 9, 18 is at a place of 2. So, I will take these two numbers, that is number 3 and number 2, with respect to its denominators and multiply them. That is, in the table of 6, since 18 is at a place of 3, we will multiply this fraction with number 3. So, it will be like 5 into 3 upon 6 into 3. And in the table of 9, 18 appears at a place of 2. So, this fraction will be multiplied by 2. So, it will be 7 into 2 upon 9 into 2. Finding the values of both these equations, it will be 5 into 3 is 15 upon 6 into 3 is 18, and 7 into 2 is 14 upon 9 into 2 is 18. Now we got our fractions equivalent to the original fraction, and we see that our denominators have become equal. That is, now they became like fractions. Similarly, if we take another similar number, that is number 36, in the table of 6, 36 appears at a place of 6, and in the table of 9, 36 appears at a place of 4. Also, as we did it here, that is, we took the numbers 3 and 2, we can take the number 6 and the number 4 to get an equivalent fraction. After that, as per these steps, we will get a like fractions. We'll take another example. We'll take fractions such as 4 upon 8 and 5 upon 16. This is our next example. Now, in this example, we observe that our first denominator is 8, and in the table of 8, 16 appears. I repeat, observing this both the denominators, we can say that in the table of 8, 16 appears. So, whenever you see that our first denominator can be a multiple of our second denominator, what we will do is, we will convert our first fraction into like fraction. That is, in the table of 8, 16 appears at the place of 2. So, we are going to multiply this fraction by 2. That is 4 into 2 upon 8 into 2. So, the value which will be obtained is 4 into 2 is 8 and 8 into 2 is 16. Here we get our denominator 16, which is similar to this denominator. So 4 upon 8 equals to 8 upon 16. Now, here we will consider 8 upon 16 at the place of 4 upon 8. So, our converted like fractions are 8 upon 16 and 5 upon 16. Whenever you see that the first denominator is a multiple of second denominator, the following steps can be practiced. We'll see another example like this. Now, in the next example, the fractions will be 3 upon 5 and 4 upon 10. In this fraction, after observing the denominators, we see that in the table of 5, 10 appears. So, we are going to convert the first fraction. For that, we will first find out at what place 10 appears in the table of 5. So, 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. So, our fraction will be 3 into 2 upon 5 into 2, which gives us the value 6 upon 10. Here, we get our denominators equal. So, we converted the unlike fraction into like fraction. This is how you will convert fractions which are unlike into like fractions. Thank you.